Hey everyone, it's Scott Wynn with Database Gold. Hey, I wanted to get back with you regarding one of my most recent videos talking about how to have an effective phone call. And sometimes one of the best ways to have the most effectiveness in your business, and specifically regarding phone calls, is to not have them at all. And I'd like to explain that a little bit, right? So when it comes to phones and making phone calls to your past clients, I want to do what we always do and what I always encourage people to do, which is to put yourself in your client's shoes, right? So one of the ways that we encourage our customers of Database Gold to stay in touch with their past clients and generate maximum referrals is through the layered marketing approach. And one of those things is utilizing phone calls or messaging as a way to do that. And so I want to share with you a strategy that maybe you haven't thought about, which is to not use your phone as the purpose of making a phone call. However, your phone can still be an enormously valuable tool in staying top of mind and in contact with your past clients and generating referrals. So again, put yourself in their shoes for a moment. How often do you receive a phone call and you don't answer that phone? My guess is it's probably fairly often, and I would even go so far to say that it's probably the majority of the calls you get, you actually don't answer, either because you're not available or because you specifically choose not to, right? And there's a few reasons for that. One of the reasons is because of text messaging, right? Text messaging has become so prevalent as a way to communicate, especially among those that you're in consistent communication with, family, friends, things like that, right? So that's one reason why phone calls aren't necessarily utilized as often as they have in the past. The other reason is robocalls. Now, I don't know about you, but I get robocalled all the time, right? And we know that because we're getting call after call, or you pick up the phone and you realize that there's that lull waiting for an operator to come on, or it just immediately disconnects, right? And so with all these robocalls coming in, we've become much more or less likely really to answer our phones when calls are coming in. And so with text messaging and robocalls and all the other options we have available to us to communicate with people that we're close to, phone calls just aren't as effective as they once were. So can they be effective? Absolutely. However, they just may not be as effective as they once were in the past, right? So when it comes to staying top of mind with your past clients, one of the things that I recommend is still utilizing the phone, but maybe utilizing it in a different way. And so when we think about ways to stay in touch with our past clients, we want to look at the ways that we want to communicate, as well as the ways in which our clients want to be communicated with. And so let me touch on that real quick. First of all, I believe that your first consideration should be how you want to communicate, not necessarily how your customers or clients would like you to communicate with them. And the reason for that is because if you won't actually do it, then you're probably not going to get the results, right? So if I'm going to suggest a strategy and it's just not something that you're willing to do, well, then it really doesn't matter whether or not your clients would like you to do it, right? So when considering different ideas on how to utilize your phone to best communicate with your clients, first of all, consider what you're willing to do. And then secondly, consider how your clients would perceive it and value it and actually receive the information, right? So with that said, you also don't want to get into a place where you make excuses saying, well, that just won't work for me, or I'm just not comfortable with that, or whatever. Either way, you're going to have to do some of these strategies, or at least one of these strategies, in order to be effective in staying in touch with past clients and generating opportunities, right? So when it comes to staying in touch with your past clients and utilizing your phone as a way to do that, one of the tools that I really enjoy and like in my business is using slide dial or slide broadcast. Now, if you're not familiar with slide dial or slide broadcast, basically what it allows you to do is allows you to leave a voice message on your past clients' phones without their phone even ringing. And slide dial does it one-to-one, however, slide broadcast does one-to-many. It allows you to reach a lot of people with the same message in a way that doesn't interrupt them and optimizes your time. So you can record one voicemail message and broadcast it to many, many of your past clients. And it can be a very effective tool because your past clients will notice that they have a voice message and listen to it later. Will it reach everybody? And does everybody listen to their voicemails? No. But will it reach most? Most likely. The other is, of course, text messaging. Text messaging is a great tool to utilize. It's generally included in most cell phone plans these days and allows you to simply copy and paste a message that you're using over and over again. Takes very little time. And one of the things about text messaging is So that's one thing that I would recommend, slide dial and text messaging, and then of course other tools. Another tool that is very valuable is Facebook Messenger. Almost everybody these days has a Facebook account. Almost everybody has notifications from Facebook turned on, whether it's a cell phone message or an email announcement saying they've got something new going on. Sorry about that. Got a call. I had to send a voicemail there. Isn't that ironic, huh? So as far as wanting to stay in contact, slide dial is great. Text messaging is great, but then Facebook Messenger is also a fantastic tool. So there you have it. Utilize your phone, but maybe utilize it differently than what you have in the past to generate opportunities without making phone calls, but instead staying in touch in a way that your clients will be receptive to receiving the message. So if that was helpful, please make a quick comment, share it with somebody, or if you really want to maximize your results, I encourage you to check out databasegold.com. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.